And the thing I remember most from being there was P. Diddy in the restroom of the Met. It was the women's room. That's why I was there. Okay. Dry humping a Kardashian.
So fun.
Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff.
You do.
But we've been known to party with you a few times.
Yes.
What are I don't know, you were just at Puff's birthday.
Yes.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Diddy has just threatened to expose all the Kardashians if they don't help get him out of prison. At least that's the word on the street after a series of shocking claims linking Diddy to the Kardashians started coming out. Not only that, reports are coming out that Diddy and most of the Kardashians were more than just friends. It seems the Kardashians allegedly were key to Diddy's alleged organization and may have helped organize some of his parties. Not only that, reports have it that Diddy and one other Kardashian were even caught getting it on in the bathroom during the Met Gala while the others watched. Guys, this story is so messy you will want to be seated for this. So grab your popcorn and prepare to have your minds blown as I tell you how Diddy is allegedly blackmailing the Kardashians so he can get out of prison.
Okay, for now, focus here for a minute. Don't worry, their drama will keep going on. Think a little about yourself too. An Indonesian scientist has uncovered a shocking truth about belly fat, and it has nothing to do with diet or exercise. 95% of people who tried this strange bedtime ritual lost 25 pounds or more. Some even dropped over 50, all while sleeping. No gym, no starving, just one simple step before bed. It sounds crazy, but it's backed by science. Tap the link in the description and see for yourself.
Something strange is happening behind the scenes. And now, a powerful Hollywood mom is back in the spotlight. Follow if you're watching the Diddy investigation unfold, because things are getting wild. According to some reports, items found at one of Diddy's properties may have pointed investigators in an unexpected direction. Suddenly, Kris Jenner's name is trending again, and not for a new show. This time it's connected to whispers about Hollywood's power. Parties.
Now, as we all know, for years, Diddy and the Kardashians were basically BFFs. However, in the wake of his arrest and trial, things are looking a lot different. Social media has been buzzing with updates about the Kardashians distancing themselves from the hip-hop mogul. Multiple news outlets have reported that all the Kardashians have quietly hit the unfollow button on Diddy's Instagram. Not exactly a small move, considering their history of running in the same elite circles. Now, here's the interesting part. No Kardashian has said a word publicly about the situation. No statement, no clarification, nothing. And it seems Diddy has had enough and has decided to take matters into his own hands. Guys, rumors have it that Diddy has issued an ultimatum to the Kardashians to use their influence to allegedly try and help him out, potentially even see if they can get his charges dropped. However, reports suggest that initially the Kardashians were refusing to pick up Diddy's calls or even talk to his lawyers. But now word has it that Diddy has allegedly threatened to leak a video from one of his infamous parties of him and an unknown Kardashian who many suspect is Kim. Now, the reason many people think Diddy isn't bluffing is because a couple of weeks ago, it was reported that Diddy was once spotted getting it on with a Kardashian in the bathroom during the Met Gala. You see, on a recent episode of The Nerve with Maureen Callahan, Kelly dropped a jaw-dropping claim about a wild encounter she says she personally witnessed at none other than the Met Gala. According to Kelly, she was in the women's restroom at the Met Gala when she allegedly saw Diddy getting a little too cozy with a Kardashian. Her exact words, dry humping a Kardashian. And yes, you heard that right, in the bathroom. Kelly didn't specify which Kardashian was involved, but she did say there were multiple Kardashians in there, along with what she dismissed as lame influencer-type supermodels, not the classic runway legends we grew up with. She claimed no one was using the restroom for its actual purpose. Instead, it was a cloud of cigarette smoke, gossip, and what she described as an all-out PDA fest. Kelly emphasized that it was Diddy at the center of the chaos, and she seemed genuinely stunned by how openly it all went down. Now, Kelly attended the Met Gala in both 2016 and 2017, and the Kardashian-Jenner crew were definitely there too. Let's not forget that infamous 2017 bathroom selfie featuring Kim, Kendall, Kylie, Diddy, and other celebs pic that's been making the rounds again in light of recent events.
There were multiple Kardashians in there, and Like that other sort of lame supermodel version, you know, like not the real supermodels like we grew up with, but like these new influencer types.
Right,
They were
right.
all in there. No one was using the bathroom. They were smoking and dry humping. And that was P. Diddy. Like, I'm just saying there's a pattern of disrespect for others and our sacred places and things that should be treated as inviolate. And it applies to places and it applies to people. And I have no idea what this guy is capable of, but I think it's probably worse than we can even imagine. So if I were in the SDNY, I'd be really seriously considering getting all of my witnesses protection.
So was this the night Meghan was talking about? Is there more tea to spill about what really went on in those VIP bathrooms? Because if you take a look back at how the Kardashians have been speaking about Diddy over the years, there is definitely more that went down. You see, for years, the Kardashians have mastered the art of staying relevant, whether it's through high-profile relationships, drama-packed reality shows, or just knowing the exact moment to drop a cryptic Instagram post. But now, their long-standing association with Diddy is catching up with them in ways that no PR team can easily spin. Let's rewind a bit. From Kim Kardashian attending Diddy's iconic white party in 2006, back when she was still just Paris Hilton's stylist, to Khloe's appearance at the 2009 white party, to Kim and Kourtney partying with Diddy in 2010, the Kardashian-Diddy bond wasn't just casual. This was a pattern. And in Hollywood, patterns, especially ones with cameras constantly rolling, are rarely accidental.
We're gonna get a 787. We're gonna put beds in it. We should get a Challenger. When I play with Puff, Puff has a whole back room. It's a bedroom. It's a bed. Who needs that, really? I do.
The Kardashians didn't just hang out with Diddy. They leveraged that relationship as part of their rise to pop culture domination. And anyone who knows how their machine works knows that Kris Jenner, the momager and mastermind, is the one pulling the strings behind it all. So when things began unraveling for Diddy with arrests, lawsuits, and explosive abuse allegations, it wasn't long before fans started connecting the dots, and suddenly the very ties that once boosted the Kardashians' credibility in elite celebrity circles are now threatening their image. What's even more eyebrow-raising is the rumored media shadow campaign allegedly orchestrated to make it seem like the Kardashians were distancing themselves from Diddy the moment things started turning dark. But as the internet likes to remind us, receipts never expire. And speaking of receipts, let's talk about Kris Jenner's very close relationship with Diddy. In 2013, on The Kris Jenner Show, Diddy didn't just show up as a guest. He openly flirted with Kris, admitting he'd had a crush on her for years. Her response, the now infamous line, "Once you go black, you never go back." What may have been passed off at the time as cheeky banter now looks very different under today's microscope, especially as more clips and old photos resurface. All this paints a picture of a deep, decades-long connection, not some passing acquaintance. So now the question everyone's asking is, how much did the Kardashians know? People aren't buying that they were just celebrities caught in the wrong crowd. It seems more like they were knowingly cultivating relationships with someone many now believe to have harbored dangerous secrets. Now, it's no secret that among the Kardashian clan, Kim and Khloe had one of the closest, longest-standing relationships with Diddy. But what people are now digging up and questioning is how early that connection really started and what exactly it entailed. Let's take Khloe, for example. According to multiple resurfaced claims, Khloe was spending time unsupervised with Diddy when she was 16, and not just hanging out in passing. We're talking about going on tour with him. Let that sink in. A Khloe at 16 on tour with a grown man in his 30s, someone already deep into the music industry's party-heavy culture. Even more shocking, reports claim that Kris Jenner herself allowed it. And remember, this was pre-fame Khloe before the reality TV empire took off. Back then, she didn't have the fame, brand deals, or public visibility she does today. So what exactly was she doing there? The truth is, no one seems to know. There was no clear professional role. She wasn't a singer, a dancer, a stylist, or a manager. This leaves only one explanation. She was there because of access. And now, with Diddy at the center of horrifying abuse allegations, that kind of access looks a lot less glamorous and a lot more concerning. But the timeline doesn't stop there. In a resurfaced episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which is making the rounds again since Diddy's arrest, Khloe recounts one of Diddy's parties to Kourtney. She tells her older sister that many people at the event were not clothed, casually implying that it was wild, unfiltered, and really adult-themed. She even says, "You would have loved it there," as if it were a good time. But what stopped fans cold was when Khloe dropped Justin Bieber's name into that same story. At the time of that party, Justin Bieber would have been just 20 years old.
So who was with you this weekend?
A bunch of my friends.
Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber,
So far,
French
so good.
Montana.
Do you even know half the people you're naming?
No.
She didn't go to bed. I haven't been to bed yet.
You haven't? I want to be Khloe when I grow up, Court.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Well, this party, I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
Now suddenly, what was once brushed off as typical celebrity excess now sounds a lot more sinister. So we're left with this: a teenage Khloe on tour with Diddy, with no clear reason why. A long-standing, tight-knit relationship that predates fame. A party involving nudity, and possibly a minor star caught in something deeper than just a wild night. And in the middle of it all, the Kardashians, once masters of controlling the narrative, are going uncharacteristically silent. Whether it was naive proximity, calculated networking, or something even more uncomfortable, one thing is clear: the internet is watching and it's remembering everything. And no matter how tightly Kris Jenner's PR machine is spun, there are some storylines you just can't make people forget. Okay, so here's where things get seriously messy. We've all heard the long-standing rumor that Kris Jenner was the mastermind behind the release of Kim Kardashian's infamous tape, a move that many believe was a calculated way to kickstart Kim's career and launch the Kardashian empire. But now, there's a wild new theory going around that's adding a whole new twist to the story. Turns out, Diddy might have actually played a behind-the-scenes role in getting that tape out into the world. While there's zero hard proof, people are pointing to his status as a powerful industry player back in the early 2000s and his already tight connection to the Kardashians, especially Kim, who was showing up to Diddy's white parties way before she was a household name. So the theory goes Diddy may have helped broker the deal or pull a few strings, either as a strategic power move to boost his influence in Hollywood or to deepen his ties with the Kardashian clan. And let's be real, Diddy's always been known as someone who knows how to move things from the shadows. Of course, both Kim and Kris have denied being involved in the tape's release, but let's not forget Ray J came out in 2022 and basically flipped the entire narrative, claiming Kris was not only in on the deal, but actually negotiated it and even chose which version of the tape would be released. So with everything going on now, people are revisiting these old rumors and asking, what if Diddy had more to do with the Kardashians' rise than we thought? And if Diddy did help Kim launch her career, then is it plausible he has more tapes, if her? Because it has been reported widely that Diddy had a ton of tapes of fellow celebrities that he intended to use as leverage. Anyways, what do you think about this messy drama? Let me know your opinion in the comments. And don't forget to check out our other videos to ensure you are all up to date with all the latest tea. Till next time, bye.